What's going on, everybody? Prophecy Wiz back at it again, and today we have a special one for you guys. We have the ban list reaction video. This is crazy. Comes into effect in just a few days. Obviously I clicked on the front screen. I was waiting to look at the rest. I was trying to get it on like the list that comes down so I could look at it one by one, but I wasn't able to do that. I just not updating. I don't know why. So I'm just gonna react to it this way, and yeah, let's get right into it. So the first card, obviously, Fiendsmith Lacrima. That's interesting. I did not expect that. I feel like a lot of people were complaining about the burn though, so it's not a bad hit. I'm happy. I would have probably rather had the other link, the link to where the moon got us specifically, but Lacrima was more than I thought we would get, so I think that is it's a good hit, you know, and hopefully it just like stops some of the irritation with the burn. So. The next card is Appaloosa, About Time. There was part of me that selfishly wanted this to stay for a little while, but the more I played this format, the more I was like, Appaloosa just gotta go. I think that this is like a hard, like I think this is actually like an interesting hit to Snake Eyes, is like, what does their end board look like now? What scares me is obviously like I'm having a hard time not just like being able to look at those 4 cards right there and see that like there's no Snake Eye cards, so like, what's with that? Like that's a little weird to me. You know, I'm gonna have to definitely do some deeper analyzing, but like just Appaloosa's weird. I don't see Flamebridge or Poplar on here, so that's interesting. Appaloosa's like the end board piece, so I wonder what they're gonna end up doing, but I feel like a lot of people thought that when Baron and Savage got banned and Link Karibo, that they were like, oh, that's like, what are they gonna do with their end board? Like, it's not gonna be the best anymore, and it was like by far the best outside of obviously the Voices Voice deck, but that you know, when I say like the best, what I mean by the best deck in the context of like this is like what is going to be the most represented deck when you go to YCS. What do you expect to see? So I think the Appaloosa is really interesting. I like that not every deck is just going to like plop an Appaloosa at the end of the board. I think that's really good. I think it's like good for the health of the game. Calamity, I think that's also like a great card for the health of the game. Calamity needed to go. I don't really have like much else to say about it. Like I think the deck's getting great support, and the deck would have been like out of control if they wouldn't have hit Calamity. So I'm glad. I don't like cards like that. And Beatrice, another card to the Fiendsmith hit. So I feel like that's kind of crazy too. So like we're hitting another Fiendsmith card. I mean, it's not a Fiendsmith card. You know what I mean though? Like let's be honest, that's a Fiendsmith card. There was no Beatrice being played before Fiendsmith outside of like super situational things. I love to see Beatrice hit. I feel like a lot of the toxic things that were happening were like I feel like Appaloosa was toxic. I feel like Calamity was toxic. I feel like some of the things that Beatrice facilitated was toxic, and I feel like it just added consistency to like too many other decks. So I'm happy to see these banned. I'm really hoping that the limited section is freaking huge though, because you know what I mean? Like where are the Snake Eye cards? Also, now that I think about it, where is the YuGiOh cards? Okay, I guess let's go to the limited. Okay, Poplar. Okay, so we're gonna go down the list one by one. Wow, there's a lot of cards. Okay. Eva. I don't hate Eva. Okay, what do I think about Eva coming back? One thing I think that's interesting about Eva coming back is like it's obviously like generally been a Drytron card. You can't Beatrice it, but like were you Beatricing just a 1 copy? I don't know. You could search it with a Ben 10. But then they just got that monster that locks you into machine rituals, which is like weird. Are we like not playing that new card now and going back to the Eva version, and that's like 3 interruptions, and like they could play the you know what the ritual monster was? It was like a monkey with a Gatling gun, and he searched a counter trap. So like, are we just like putting up like that? That's like an Omni negate and like stops Dark Ruler and stuff, and then like putting up 3 negates. That feels strong to me. How strong I don't know, but that makes me wonder how good Drytron is with that. I feel like that's interesting at minimum. The next card is Snake Eyes Ash, and obviously we could say Snake Eye Poplar there as well. That is good. Is that enough? I don't know. With Appaloosa, like I'd have to see what they're replacing. It's worrisome because, I mean, can we not just do like yeah, we can't do the exact same combo obviously because Appaloosa's gone, but like feel like we can do a lot of the same. You know what I mean? Like if you just open Bonfire for Snake Eye Ash, we can just do the same stuff we could have done before. I think it hits this consistency, but I worry that when we get the Azumina cards, that this is just going to be the best deck again by a lot. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like At first, it strikes me as not enough, truthfully, but time will tell about that. I feel like I was expecting something to be banned out of this deck. I gotta be honest with you. I feel like I was expecting a ban, so um, I can handle that. That's like fine, right? They have like what do they have for names now though? They have like 3 names, which is like, I don't know. I I think time is gonna have to tell about that one. How good Snake Eye still is. And then I'm gonna have to check out the rest of these cards and see like what's going on here. So 2 Gimmick Puppet cards. Wow, that is shocking. I played the Gimmick Puppet deck a little bit. I never like played it in a tournament or anything. I just wanted to like play it so I knew how to interact against it super well, but I don't know it well enough to be like they actually aren't going to be able to burn you to death now because of this. I feel like it's probably a hard enough hit that like people are just not going to be going to Gimmick Puppet, which I like because I feel like that deck is actually super toxic. I think sometimes you can just like tell them no and just pass them on a hand trap, but sometimes they just like open field spell and the guy who sends for cost the normal summon level 4 and they just go crazy, which is whack and toxic. So yeah, I like that. I'm really happy about that. Sorry, the Snake Eye thing has really just caught me off guard. That we're just like that's what we did with Snake Eye. I now can't help but to wonder what is that deck doing? Because I feel like it still just can combo really crazy, but at the same time, I feel like it gets slammed by Nib now. There's just a lot to take in. There's just a lot of cards in the ban section. This is crazy. It's a big list. This is awesome. So Branded Fusion. I did think about no Sanctifier when I seen those cards, but I was like, well, we don't have any Snake Eyes or YuBell cards on here, then like I'm not surprised Sanctifier, but we did ban Calamity. Branded Fusion to 1. I know it's at 1. I feel like maybe in the other formats, both of them. I think Master Duel for sure, but like I think what's weird is like can we now not play like the 60 card decks and stuff? Like I feel like it makes it like way more susceptible for like them to opening or the thing and like they're not just like hard opening the Branded Fusion and you have to have exactly Ash for it, which is cool. I think that's interesting to me. I think that's like not bad, but I would have rather seen Sanctifier banned and keep Branded Fusion at 3 because I think the deck is really cool and I feel like now when they open crazy and you just get Puppet locked, it's gonna feel irritating as long as Puppet's not on here. I'm trying not to look down. I think that's like, well, Puppet's not banned actually, and it would never be at 1, so no, Puppet's not on here. I think that they're still just gonna Puppet lock you, and it's gonna feel irritating when they do, like more irritating than it did before. But I think you're also gonna have the ability to like try to stop them from Puppet locking more. I feel like they could have just banned Sanctifier. I gotta be honest with you. I feel like this is like not the appropriate hit because now it also makes like 60 card versions feel a lot weirder to me. Let me know what you guys think, obviously, in the comment section below. I'm just, opening the Spirit Gates, that's better than Beckoning Beast, but, like, that's not enough. Like, I think, like, Voices is still going to be the best deck, but like, when I look at it, like, this list, like, now seeing opening in the Spirit Gates at 1 makes me feel like the fact that wasn't exactly Phantom of YuBell. I feel like YuBell is going to be, like, 24 of the top 32 top spots, unless something is really crazy on the next areas. I don't think that's enough. I feel like YuBell's going to be crazy. I think it's a good hit, but I think it needed to do more. I feel like they needed to like ban Yama specifically or something like that. I'll take it. Pot of Prosperity. It's late. Like, who was complaining about Prosperity being like, yo, this card's been toxic? Like this card's not an issue at the moment. So like, why are we hitting Prosperity? I like Prosperity. I wanted to play 2 Prosperity. I'll play the 1-off, but like I don't know. Felt like a little late for that. You know what I mean? Like, why weren't we banning Prosperity when like Cash was around? Like, wait until now. Sure, I guess it's irritating. I would like to. I really was enjoying playing 2 Prosperity, honestly, in my my Voices deck, but it is what it is. I guess I'll just deal with it. Sangan summoning. That needed to happen. I guess Prosperity does hurt that deck as well because now like you don't have to like hit the 1 Prosperity as much. And, like they're not gonna open the Sangan summoning, so like. I feel like it makes it more interactable. I'm looking at. I mean, it's hard to not just be like also like in my periphery. I'll see the last 2 cards, and I don't notice Dimension Shifter, which means it's not at 1 or banned. Please let it be at 2. Yeah, Singing Summoning's a good hit. I think Prosperity also hits that deck, so like that's cool. I would love to see Shifter at 1. Grass, Jesus. What? I was on the page of like we should bring back grass. I'm surprised they did though. Grass. That's a hard hitter. Like grass is like a hard hitter because I feel like the Lightsworn tier deck is like pretty good, and I think grass is like that makes that deck better, a lot better. I feel like they were organically playing 60 cards at some point, so like now like sometimes they're gonna open grass and they will just win for free, and you will do nothing about it. That's worrisome, but at the same time, I hope that they play Left Arm Offering and let me just beat them with Ash and Dominus Purge every once in a while for free. One thing that's a little concerning is like when they go second, if they play 60, they get thrust into grass. That's concerning. I like grass though because I think it makes deck building interesting, and it also like you're telling me what deck you're playing when you're playing 60 cards, and I also do think you're like less likely to open the exact specific broken cards in 60. Though we can just Pilgrim Reaper too now still, right, with the yeah, with the Fiendsmith engine. Grass is interesting. I'm I'm reluctant about that card coming back, but I'm excited to see how it plays out. I think that's at least exciting. I think it's fun. Skill Drain. I feel like we all knew Skill Drain was going to one. Not surprised. This is a lot of cards. A lot of good things. I mean, just Snake Eyes, Ash, and Poplar is still a little concerning. And only hit so far was Spirit Gates, because, like, we hit the, we hit Lacrima and Beatrice, but they're still just going to summon the Fiend Eater card, you know what I mean? The Eater card, the Fusion, the TCG exclusive, and dump a Fiend and then make Muckraker, and it feels like that's still really broken. I feel like Yubel is like really crazy positioned out of this. I feel like Yubel is just like crazy. That's my take initially. It's like Yubel is just gonna look crazy, but Grass is also crazy. Grass is like the most Grass is the most interesting thing on here so far. I'm surprised about Branded Fusion. A lot of these, this is crazy. There's just a lot of cards on here. This is kind of nuts. Semi-limit. All of the Dragon Rulers. Yeah, that's interesting. Like, can we play that in a 60 card deck now with Grass? All the Dragon Rulers. Jesus Christ. I mean, Colossus is obviously the picture, so, like, I wish they would have had the top card be the picture, so we didn't now know that Colossus is going to be back, but Colossus at 2... Okay, let's talk about the Dragon Rulers. Let's just go in order. The Dragon Rulers, can we do that in a 60 card deck, and, like, does that make them better at semi-limited? That's interesting. That's interesting. What do I think about that? I don't know what to think about that yet, truthfully. I think it's interesting. Lunalight Tiger, I think that does nothing. I think that doesn't matter. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comment section below. Thunder Dragon Colossus, though, that is, like, very crazy to me. So, like, now 2 Colossus, like, it makes me wonder if, like, we can actually just play pure Thunder. Not by we, I mean as a community. I mean, not myself. I'm just playing Voiceless for sure, looking at this list. But I wonder if, like, now can we just, like, summon Titan and 2 Colossus and have, like, a ton of follow-up and, like, that end board, like, now you can't just, like, hold an Imperm for Colossus. Like, that makes me wonder, like, if that's actually, like, a viable strategy again. I feel like that's not a bad end board. Like, you have to have, like, a very specific cards, or, like, you're just immediately losing with, like, a lot of decks. Like, 2 Colossus, like, changes the entire dynamic of the way that the game is going to be played. That is a little scary. 2 Colossus is a little scary. I think a lot of people are going to be excited about this, and I think a lot of people are going to want to play this in, like, Flood. So, I don't know how I feel about Double Colossus. That's kind of crazy. Feel like people are gonna try to now do something with this. Like also they can't just be Regecade and stuff. I feel like Colossus is crazy to be bringing back to 2. Like 2 is like now all of a sudden like people might just play the deck again, and this could just like that changes things. Like, do you need to play like outs to be able to like not just like immediately lose to Colossus? I don't know. I like it because I think I like a lot of people being able to play the decks that they like outside of like toxic shit. So I'm fine with it, but it's that's crazy. Ib, I don't really have anything to say about it, but I think Ibs like doesn't matter at 1 or 2 or 3. Unlimited. Armageddon Knight. I don't think that matters. Red Rose. all the synchros are kind of gone. I think that's fine. Magispector Kieran. No shit. Kieran is interesting. I feel like it works weird in Magispectors though, and I didn't see what's his name, Electromite on this list. So like, I feel like they're just not playing Pendulum deck still. I feel like Kieran's like cool, but I feel like just not doing anything. Plush Fire, we knew it was coming back. Card sucks. It's red. Ancient Fairy Dragon, it's a hard once per turn. It's not going to do anything. Should be at 3. Denglong should be at 3. Not going to do anything, in my opinion. Johnny Vu, tell me if I'm wrong. Time Seal, also not very good. Maybe people are going to find combos. I just don't think... I think Time Seal should have been off like a long time ago. I think the unlimits are like super underwhelming. I feel like none of this really matters here, truthfully. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section below. I'm like trying to take in all this. Like, I think like this is very underwhelming. Doesn't really matter. I think Colossus is like insane. I think that like changes the entire dynamic of the way that the game is played and the way people are deck building. I've thought that before though, and like had it not like be as crazy as I thought it would be. So let's see. Poplar popping up makes me think about the Snake Eyes only just taking these hits, which is weird. But I think Appaloosa, like I think the deck loses harder to nib, so I'm gonna have to think about it. Also, they don't have names. Like I think the follow up, but I think the initial combo is still really good. Also, I feel like Rescue Ace is super well positioned now here too. Super well positioned. Gimmick Puppets. I like this a lot. I like the Branded Fusion hit, even though I would have liked Sanctifier. I can deal with this for sure. Not good enough. I think YuBell's just insane. I think it's like we're gonna by far gonna be the most represented deck. I fucking hate this. I would love to keep playing Prosperity. Don't hate this. This is the craziest thing on the list. I think Grass. I think there are going to be 60 card Grass decks. I think like a lot of people like Tier and the Lightsworn deck, and I think other people are going to be playing it. It makes me wonder about the Dragon Rollers, how that looks with Grass. And Grass is like a polarizing card that changes like the dynamic of the game. Skill Drain we're happy about. Let's go back to this one more time. Lacrima, I'm happy about. The burn was also really irritating, where it's like you just like have to like scoop too early. I'm happy to see Lacrima go. Also, like, yeah, I think they can still like use the TCG exclusive and still just like make Caesar, which like so like can the Snake Eye deck just not just still just like summon guy, equip, and make Necro, and then summon him back from the graveyard, make Caesar, and now they just can't get nibbed. And now like they just do a full Snake Eye combo like without Appaloosa, and they just end on different stuff, but it still feels really strong. I would have expected Snake Eye to get hit harder, and I definitely wanted YuBell to get hit harder. But I think the rest of these hits are really good, so I think the Banlist was good. I think I'm gonna have to think deeper, and I'm gonna make a video about like what I think are like the best decks moving forward. Obviously, it's always gonna be voiceless, but like what are they gonna be the most represented decks moving forward? I think it's interesting, and yeah, thank you guys all so much for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for the support. I hit 1,000 subscribers. It's absolutely insane. I don't even have words for that. I can't even believe how fast I hit 1,000 subscribers. So thank you guys, each and every one of you, so much. I appreciate you guys for tuning in to every video. And yeah, this is crazy. I can't wait to get the next one out. So the next video, it's Saturday, was going to be out Monday. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much.